Sorry for Kent being such a salty old man, but that's just how it is. When you're the most handsome guy in the gym, well, unless we include Dreamboat, but when you're one of the most handsome guys in the gym, you can kind of just say whatever you want. So this is that older video of 385 in my stand down red shirt. Remember everyone deployed. 385, two sets of two, a set of three, and then back down sets, which you'll see in a second. So getting set up, letting the bar settle onto my back, arch my back hard against it, screw my knees out hard, let my knees come forward a little bit. Boom, knees out, right there, finish the squat. This day was feeling real good. So here's another set, getting ready for it, making sure everything's kind of lined up properly. When you got some big weights on your back, you want to make sure that you're not just kind of jumping under the bar and not being set up for it. You want to take your time to set up because the bar will shift. It's going to roll. You can see the plates rolling already. You can feel it kind of digging into your back. The bar is going to kind of bounce and pull you all over the place. So you just want to make sure that you're set properly for it. You got your breath, you got your spine nice and erect, chest up, shoulders down a little bit. You see I'm grabbing with just a little bit wider grip than normal. That's because I didn't want to wrench on my shoulders. Oh, this is that set of three, I guess. So just in case you didn't believe me, it's cool. But 385 for a triple, that was pretty badass. Decided I needed some volume work, some technique work, and I was feeling really fucking good on this day, so I just took the straight bar out again with 315, and I did it for like 13 fucking reps. Now as I'm going through this though, that first one felt like garbage. Second one felt a little better. And then three, I'm like, well, I'll just see if I can do five. And then I got to five, and I'm like, well, I'll just see if I can do eight. And I got to eight, and I'm like, well, I might as well do 10. And so I did 10. I'm like, well, I did 10. I'm like, I feel pretty good. I'm like, I'm just going to see how many more I can do. So I ended up doing 13 total with 315. And then I did another two sets of 10 with it, which was pretty fucking cool. Because I don't think I've done that much volume with 315 ever. Working on the squat and just progressively overloading it, making my quads stronger, making my back stronger. Everything, my deadlift is kind of going up, my squat's going up. It's all feeling pretty good. When my hip isn't hurting, I know I can bang out some good reps. So I just have to stay on top of that, not let it get away from me. Yeah, kind of hurt a little bit. It's kind of to be expected. Working on these bent over rows after some speed deadlifts on this day. I don't know what day this was, but Kaylor Woolham does these a lot. He also does weighted pull-ups a lot. And if they're good enough for Kaylor Woolham, then they're probably good enough for me. I like to add a little leg drive too. It teaches you how to stay tight off the floor. You're not really trying to make it like a bodybuilder row. You're trying to accelerate the bar off the floor, stay tight so you can build some good tension in your back. On this day, I don't remember what day this was, but I know I was tired on this day, and I was supposed to take 189 for four sets of four. So it was after that 175 video, but I was just so goddamn tired. I did one set of four, and I had to call it quits. Um, and I was mad at myself, but at the same time, again, 190 pounds at the beginning of the year was my one rep max. And you got to be aware of that type of stuff. And some days are just not going to feel as good. So here I am doing this drop set. This was not the same day. This was the same day as that speed deadlift, but not the same day as that log press. So I just built up to like 235 for a set of six or something like that without straps. And then I threw straps on. I was doing these back down sets. So as many reps as I could within basically that weight. Put a little body English into it, a little drive off the floor, learn how to stay tight. It's all good. Again, I'm not bodybuilding, I'm just building my body. Yeah, threw the straps off. Work on the grip strength a little bit. Try and row it like into my belly button. I'm not grabbing it super wide, just trying to row it. So with these walking lunges, double kettlebells, racked position, just working on some lunges, these actually will blow your legs up if you haven't done lunges in a long time. Any sort of walking lunges. You don't want to stop in the middle. You want to kind of be able to drive through it, get some balance on the leg, build up some ankle stability. And there I go back down. They'll blow your legs up, man. I'm telling you. Hamstrings and your quads. On this day, I had a chip on my shoulder, and I came in. I started doing dumbbell. I started warming up the dumbbell. My shoulder felt pretty good, so I'm like, fuck it. I'm just gonna do dumbbell before log. And I ended up working up to 110. So I don't know which sets are really which. This is probably 85 pounds. No, this is a lot. I don't know how much that is though. Maybe 85. No, that's like 105. I don't know what order they're in, so you kind of gonna just have to guess and see. But I was doing like sets of 5 or 6, not trying to go super reps on this day, just trying to get a good heavy dumbbell workout in, which was a lot of fun. Something I wasn't really used to. I think this might be, no, that's about 105 still. Trying to get the dumbbell just balanced on my shoulder. I was not wearing a belt either because I wasn't really expecting to go this high, but everything just kind of felt really good. So I did end up going pretty high. And I went high without a belt. So throw a belt on, I know that I'll be all set. I think this is 85. The way I'm just throwing it around. Yeah. I got some pretty good working on this day. I was pretty happy about it for not really warming up or anything. Just kind of going into it, I was feeling pretty good. I don't know much about my technique. I just know that I need to remember to drive through my heels and not roll up on my toes, which is super important because as soon as you roll up on your toes, that dumbbell or the log or the barbell is going to go out in front of you. Then you're going to have a hell of a time trying to catch it, trying to catch it later on. So remember to keep your heels down when you're doing a jerk, dumbbell, barbell, axle, log, whatever. Keep your heels down. Work on your ankle flexibility. Work on your quad strength. You should be okay with it for the most part. It's pretty fun when you can feel it working right. I should have a circus dumbbell in the near future here. Thanks to my boss, old Alex Kane up at A1 CrossFit. Surprising me with gifts, man. It means a lot. Like a real lot. And I don't know if it's humbling, but it makes me feel like someone cares. Someone cares about this stupid journey that I'm doing, this hobby that I'm doing. He went out and bought me a circus dumbbell. It's pretty awesome. Well, I guess bought the gym a circus dumbbell that I'm going to be using a lot. I'm probably going to be the only one using it, but it's pretty cool nonetheless. You know, it's not really CrossFit, so it's not like he really benefits out of it, but you know, he cares enough about me to where I get to do it. So anyways, on this day, it was every 90 seconds, 4 bent over rows again, and then sled push. which was pretty exhausting for 10 rounds. I did a lot of work here, but I like it. After the repetition deadlifts, whoop, yeah, this was after that circus dumbbell. This log was after the circus dumbbell. But anyways, all these videos are fucked up right now, but whatever. You get the point. But shit, what was I saying? I don't know. When I was doing these logs, I was also doing sled pushes. Kind of the way you saw that.
Yep. Easy.
I really like those bounding sled pushes.
Nice job, bro.
It's my boy Josh. Josh just started his fitness journey a couple months ago.
Just hang on, Joshy. Hang on for dear life, brother.
135 without his back hurting. He started.
Hook grip. Tuck your thumb underneath your fingers.
315.
Up.
We went up to.
That's okay.
365.
Don't let this one get away. Yeah.
He had it.
Come on, hang on. Yeah.
It's okay.
There it is. Come on.
Have it high enough.
Yeah. 345. So he got 345, which was pretty exciting. If he had gone an over and under grip or had straps or whatever, he would have been able to lift that 365 no problem. On this day, this was a Sunday, after those max effort deadlifts against the bands everybody was doing, I decided to do some rep deadlifts with 405. I'm intentionally moving slow here. I'm trying to make sure I stay in the groove because when I go fast, I end up shifting really hard onto my right leg, and that's what's causing some hip issue. So I have to make sure to drive with my left leg and not just use my right leg. So 405, I did 3 sets of 8. I took my time on all the sets. I was not trying to rush the sets, not trying to beat the clock or anything like that. I'm just trying to get quality work in. And honestly, going slow like this reminded me how to sit back into the deadlift and how to actually use my hamstrings instead of just my back and my hips, which was really fun for me because my hamstrings were super sore. They're actually still pretty sore, and it's been like a week, almost a week now. And I don't know, I got a ton of work in and I really enjoyed it. I felt really good to actually get some quality work in. I got my stand down AMRAP shirt on, as many rounds as possible. In this case, as many reps as possible without getting hurt. And that's exactly what I did. The first 2 sets were easily the best. The third set, I was already pretty fatigued at this point. I probably shouldn't have done it, but I did it and it's whatever. I didn't get hurt, so that's cool. But yeah, sitting back into the fucking deadlift, using the hamstrings, kind of falling backwards with it, felt really, really good. And I'm excited to kind of reintroduce myself to that idea instead of just being able to pick the weight up. I can actually deadlift the weight up. And see, every rep is like methodical, very smooth, no grinding. It's, again, I'm moving slow intentionally. You can see my hips shift though, which I don't like. But trying to overcome that, trying to get better. Still trying to get better. Always trying to get better. This one I was having a hard time figuring out these first couple reps for some reason. Everybody's going crazy in the background. I'm like, it's like one of those time-lapse videos where like everything is going on around like this one person throughout the years, and then they're just standing there. Anyways, 15 minutes, gotta go. Thanks, take care, comb your hair, appreciate you.